Hey, so good morning, everybody. I apologize. I'm a minute late here. Um, I was trying to get something set up. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about how disagreements can make us stronger. So, hey, Benna, uh, how did disagreements make us stronger? Albert Einstein had a great quote. Hey, Hada! Woo! Hey, girl, how are you, darling? I haven't seen you in a while. You'll like this one. Um, so Albert Einstein had a great quote. He said, "Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds." Right? You understand that, right, Hada? So, what does that mean? It means sometimes you have an idea, an amazing idea. Oh, love you too, beautiful. Sometimes you have an amazing idea, a vision, a concept, something that other people don't see right away. And that's okay. They don't have to see it. So, what is it when, hey, Luxar, what do we do in that case, right? What do we do when we've come up with something that's amazing and we think, wow, this is beautiful and this is terrific, and then we get opposition or someone's like, oh, that'll never work or whatever that is, right? What do we do with that? Do we accept that feedback and like get discouraged and be like, oh shit, oh man, maybe I just had a really bad idea or whatever that is. Hey, Autumn, good to see you. Um, or can we take that in? We're talking about how sometimes you have amazing ideas, right? Albert Einstein's quote, great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. So sometimes when you have a beautiful vision, something great that you want to create in the world, you're going to get opposition. And other people might tell you, oh, you're crazy, or it's not going to work, or whatever that is. What can we do with that so that it can strengthen us rather than discourage us and get us to toss out the idea entirely? Well, um, use it. Let that negativity, let that criticism, use it. If it's just like blah, right, like that, then forget it. You know what I mean? They're not giving you anything specific. But if they can say, okay, well, I don't think it's going to work because of this, then make sure you take that into account and say, okay, well, is that something I need to fix in my idea? Is that something I need to take into account? Right? Oh, I'm sorry the pain is a lot. Can you focus on something else? I find that usually helps. Um, so when people have been criticizing you, right, it can be really discouraging. So how do we use that to create something good, to create something beautiful, and to help us, right? So sometimes I present my ideas to some of my friends who are really successful business people, and they kind of, yeah, I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to buy that. I don't think that's really going to work. I can't think of how to sell it, right? And that can be really discouraging. But what if instead of just getting discouraged and giving up and saying, oh, well, it won't work, then I say, okay, so maybe they made a good point. Maybe we don't have an engine or a machine to drive this. So let me write it down and let's see. How do we fix this issue that they brought up? Because if it's somebody that I respect and trust and they're really smart, then why not like take that into account, think about it, and try to fix it. I use the same thing. It can be such a temptation to only talk to people who agree with you and to only talk to people who give you kudos and help me like lift you up, right? Thank you for the hearts, Soksar. Um, and so, but what I say is don't succumb to that temptation to only speak to people who give you good input, right? You also need the people who are going to critique it in a way, and they may not be doing it in a positive way, but you can take it in a positive way. Okay, you can say, all right, okay, well, we don't like that, so let's see, how do we fix that issue, right? Okay, they may have a point. Maybe you got to sell what people want, not what they need. Okay, that's a great example, right? Those of us who want to help people, we want to give people what they need, but they're not going to buy it unless it's something they want. So then we have to think about it in a whole other way. We have to switch our whole mind frame around, right? But that's a good thing, right? The other thing is when we talk to people who don't agree maybe with our political beliefs. Okay. Um, So you're saying everyone is mean. Well, but that's a viewpoint, right? If you're focused on the fact that everybody is mean, then that's what you're going to see around you. That's what you're going to experience in the world. But if you look for and you focus on people who have joy in their heart, people who have love in their heart, then you'll start finding more of those people in the world. Okay? It's what you focus on that begins to create your reality. And that is 100% true in my life. And honestly, that's part of physics. So what we focus on, what our vibration is internally ourselves, that's what we start to see and interact with more and more and more. Have you ever noticed that if you walk down the street smiling, you're going to catch people's eye and other people are going to smile back, right? But if you walk down the street and you're all looking really upset and sad and frustrated, you're like, oh, don't bump into me, right? Then that's the reaction you're going to get from other people. They're going to look at you and they're going to be like, oh, okay, I don't want to be around that person. Man. See? So much of what we experience in the world is what we are giving out to the world. And so that means that's why I said before, go in and find your core qualities, those core, beautiful, positive things, meditate on them, creativity, love, joy. And that way, that can be coming out from you. And when you encounter people, that's the presence that you're bringing to them. And then they will come back with that same energy to you. And the people that aren't nice, they'll just go away, right? The people that aren't in that vibration, that energy, they go away. That's how it works. So, but that's a choice. That's your choice. And each of us has that choice to show up as the person that we want to be, to show up in the way in which we want other people to come back to us, right? And you don't have to do that, but that's your choice. Recognize that that's your responsibility and your choice. And that's really the key to transformation is when we accept responsibility for ourselves, for our own emotions and our own shit in the world, right? What we're creating in the world. So yeah, but I want to get back to that point about don't just talk with people who agree with you. Talk to people from all different perspectives because it's going to give you ideas. It's going to help open up your mind, right? So when I created that framework that I taught you guys, I also had to think, other people were like, okay, well, this isn't true because of this, or that's not true because of that. And so I sat and I thought about all those and I came up with how it works, right? So I had to figure out what was the answer to their objections. And I did. And it made it even stronger because now I understood the answer to those objections. It helped me go even deeper into the concept, understand it at a deeper. Objections can be really good for you. They can be great for you, depending on how you take them, right? And that is up to you. So let that in, let that happen for you, okay? All right, you guys have a beautiful day, and I hope that you are excited today, okay? And remember, go out there into the world with what you want to bring back to you, okay? And when you put that out there, not everybody will respond to it, but so many people will because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that core of who you are, that joy, that freedom, that creativity. Thank you, Autumn, for the hearts, and Luxar too, right? That beautiful glowing spirit that you are. I love you too, okay? When you go out there and show people that glowing spirit that you are, they will respond to you in the same way, okay? Because that's what we all want and need. So you guys have a beautiful day. And I will see you tomorrow.